In this video, we're going to be looking at factoring trinomials, those that are in the form of x squared plus bx plus c. So important thing here is we are looking at factoring those when a is equal to 1. So there's going to be 3 basic steps that we're going to follow for this. First, we'll find the GCF if there is one, and factor that out in the very beginning. A lot of times this can make your problem easier when you go ahead and factor that out in the beginning. Second, we're going to find factors of c that add or subtract to b. So we're looking to see what things multiply to that last number, c, but also add or subtract to equal b. And then we're going to open 2 parentheses and list our factors. Okay, so for number 1, I have x squared plus 3x minus 10. Since a is just equal to 1, there is no GCF here, so I can't factor that out. So I'm going to move to step 2. So I want to find factors of c, which, remember, this is a, b, and c. So I want to find factors of negative 10 that add or subtract to equal b, which is 3. So I'm going to list some factors here. So first I need to think through this. So I see that I'm multiplying to negative 10, so my 2 numbers have to be one positive, one negative, but I'm adding to a positive 3. So that means that my smaller number is going to be negative. So I know first that 1 and 10 multiply to 10. So I have negative 1 and 10. And then I also know that 2 and 5, so I have negative 2 and 5. So looking between these 2 pairings, I see that the 2 numbers that add up to equal 3 are negative 2 and 5. And so that means that this in factored form is x minus 2, x plus 5. And again, we can check our work to see if that is the case. So if I multiply this out, I have x times x and I get x squared, x times 5 and I get 5x, negative 2 times x and I get negative 2x, negative 2 times 5 and I get minus 10. And when I combine my middle terms, I do end up where I started. Let's look at another one. Here I have x squared minus 13x plus 40 that I'm wanting to factor. So I want to find what factors multiply to 40, but then add to equal negative 13. So this time, since my numbers are multiplying to a positive 40, but adding to negative 13, all of my factors need to be negative. So first I have negative 1 times negative 40 equals 40. I have negative 2 times negative 20. 3 doesn't go in there. Negative 4 and negative 10. I have negative 5 and negative 8. And that is it. And so looking to see which pairing adds up to negative 13, I see that I have negative 5 and negative 8. And so I get x minus 5 and x minus 8. Okay, let's look at one last one. So here I have 3x squared plus 18x plus 24. I see this time my a is not equal to 1, and so that kind of clues me in to see, okay, is there actually GCF here? And I see that 3 goes into both 3, 18, and 24. So I want to start off with factoring out that 3. So I'm going to place 3 out in front and divide 3 from all 3 terms. So I have x squared plus 6x plus 8. And now I'm going to factor this expression here. So I'm looking for 2 numbers that multiply to 8, but then add to equal 6. This time everything is positive, so all my factors are going to be positive. So I have 1 times 8 is equal to 8, and 2 times 4 is equal to 8. And looking between those to see which ones add to 6, I see it's 2 and 4. And so my answer here is my 3 still stays out in front, and then I have x plus 2 and x plus 4.